Hello and welcome to this edition of EMS Now Up Close. I'm Eric Miskell with EMS Now, and today it's my pleasure to speak with Rajendra Velagapudi. He is a managing director and CEO of Cyient DLM. Cyient DLM is one of the leading EMS companies out of India and one that I had the pleasure of including in my recent tour of EMS companies in India. So Rajendra, welcome. Thank you for taking time to join and speak with me today. Why don't we begin by allowing you to introduce yourself and giving an overview of Cyient DLM as well.
Sure, Eric. Thank you very much. Thanks for giving this opportunity. As you said, I'm Rajendra Velagapudi. I'm the Managing Director and CEO for Cyient DLM. As you know, the Cyient DLM, we are a global design-led EMS company headquartered in India, offering electronics solutions for safety and mission-critical applications in highly regulated industries. We work in aerospace and defense, industrial, medical, and we just entered very recently into the automotive industry, particularly on the EV infrastructure. Yeah. And just to give a brief about myself, and I'm basically a mechanical engineer, and then I did my master's in automobile engineer, and then I did my second master's in the design from Cranfield University in UK. Then I worked for an automotive research and development companies, and then I joined Cyient in 1999. So since then I am working for the Cyient. So initially I was in the engineering services, and I moved into this recently to the leading Cyient DLM into the MD as MD and CEO. So I was in the business looking after the Cyient DLM since 2017. So there was a gap in between, but otherwise I am fully aware of the business of the Cyient DLM and the electronics manufacturing services.
And if I recall the history correctly, Cyient DLM also acquired the Rangsons EMS, which was a famous or well-known EMS company within India at the time.
So we started the electronic manufacturing services by acquiring Rangsons.
Okay.
Yeah. So we acquired the Rangsons in 2015 in Mysore. And then we constructed a greenfield facility in Hyderabad. In 2019, we just completed that facility. That's where I think now today we have our EMS facilities in two of the locations, Mysore and Hyderabad. So Hyderabad is the headquarters for Cyient DLM. We also have a mechanical manufacturing facility in Bangalore, which is a high precision, low volume mechanical manufacturing. And in last year, 2025 October, we acquired Altech Electronics in US, in Torrington, in Connecticut. So just in 1 year engagement with them right now. So all these facilities together, we call it Cyient DLM. So DLM stands for Design-Led Manufacturing.
Yeah. And that's, after visiting your facility there in Mysore, what struck me or stays in my mind when I think of Cyient DLM is kind of your tagline, the regulated industries, complex products, right? You do very, very complicated builds for very special
high complex safety critical missions.
Yeah. No, so very impressive. And if I remember correctly, there may be another facility coming in Mysore for more box build type work. So
so we already opened the facility in Mysore, one more location, and we also acquired a land in Mysore to expand further in the Mysore, to consolidate and expand further there. So that is right now in the cards. Probably in the next few years we'll be having a bigger facility in Mysore.
Yeah. And I will just say for the people watching, Mysore is also a public company, so you can go on their website and you can climb through the financials if you wish. But touching on that just briefly, before I ask some other questions, I did note that you have recent Q2 results were released, and they were quite positive, I thought, with improved profitability, strong, order intake, momentum, those types of things. But the one that really stuck to me and this came up when I visited your facility too, it's the whole build to spec customers, right? That whole movement that you're transitioning more from build to print to build to spec. Can you kind of speak to that and how that really highlights your engineering capabilities.
I think if you look at the Cyient as a parent company,
Mhm.
for us, so we are basically an engineering and technology company as a Cyient, correct? So we do a lot of engineering services for aerospace, defense, communications, energy, and other industries. So we have close to around 16,000 engineers working for Cyient. Okay, so we have a design team which is available with us. And right now we have built up our own, B2S design team, built to spec design team within Cyient DLM. So whenever we need more people, we can just go and approach our parent company and take the people from there and engage more in terms of providing a value to customer. So what we see is a lot of our customers are coming back and asking us, can you take up design and then manufacturing based on the specifications? That's where I think we see a value from our side. So rather than focusing on the B2P, so we can bring more value to customers in terms of build to specifications. That's where the focus is there today. And if you look at, as you rightly said, in the last quarter, we had a very good win, which we have in terms of the B2S. So we won for a electric vertical takeoff and landing UAVs. Okay, so we have won a program from them in terms of doing a build to spec LRE product. And we also have from another big aerospace customer, we won a build to spec award, which is a multi-million-dollar contract from them. So I think these are the things which will give us a very good boost in terms of the growth in the next 2+ years. That's what we expect, that we'll be growing more there in terms of BTS.
Yeah. And when I think of build to spec, I think of really early engagement with clients, right? It allows you to really engage with clients earlier than a build to print type of a model. And that should also, I noted in your Q2 results, growth of the box build business. So I think if you engage earlier, you kind of extend later in the life cycle as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you look at the build to spec, I think early engagement with the customer, working with them from the initial specifications, then doing various reviews along with them, ensuring to get it, we are meeting their specifications and requirements. And that also gives us a lot of visibility into the product and gives us an advantage in terms of selection of the components. So we can select which are the ICs can go in that. We can select all the electronic components. We can look at the PCB designs and we can identify the sourcing for those things. So that way it gives a lot of value add to the customer where the prices will come down rather than what if there is any obsolescence, we know exactly what to do and where to make the changes. It is easy that way. If it is a build to spec is completely under our control because the supply chain is fully managed by us.
Yeah.
Right? And the box build is another interesting things which we are now today. We're doing a lot of box builds where it gives a lot of value again to customer rather than making PCBAs and only the cable harness and shipping to them. And they're doing integration at their side. Rather than that, we do the complete integration and do the full assembly of that and do the complete testing of the box of the LRU. Okay, so that way I think it gives a lot of value to the customer for doing the complete end-to-end integration of the product.
Yeah, excellent. Now, in your comment earlier when discussing your footprint, you mentioned the acquisition of Altec last year. And I wanted to ask you a little about that. The Altec had been around, I think, almost 50 years in the industry in North America, very strong, I think, in medical and healthcare and probably industrial. And as I see it, it was kind of your strategy is to expand your footprint, kind of add clients, and I think kind of get closer to clients, right? Increase that proximity. So 1 year in, it's almost a year now since it was acquired. How do you assess this acquisition as adding to and complementing Cyient DLM?
Oh, I think it is very much complementing right now, not only for the Cyient DLM and also for our customers. I think with all the recent geopolitical things going on and the tariffs in India, where it is not today very high at this point of time. Okay, so I think a lot of the customers are asking us, can we do the same product? Can you please help the Altec team to manufacture this product in US and probably try to reduce the cost. And it brings a lot of value again to the customer there. And some of the things are in discussions with the customers where we are working out. And I think being both are now fully integrated, Altech has been fully integrated into the Cyient DLM. And we see right now a lot of some synergy between earlier Cyient DLM customers and the earlier Altech customers. So there is a lot of synergies happening. The customers of earlier Altech, now they are saying it, okay, we want to do something in India for them. So manufacturing something in India. Again, continuing what they are doing it for US, but for the rest of the US, they say that they want to go to India and manufacture in Cyient DLM, either in Hyderabad and Mysore. Same way, our customers of Cyient DLM customers, now they are also coming back and asking, okay, we would like to work with our Altech for various reasons. There are some products where US is saying it has to be made only in US. Right? So our existing customer says, yeah, I think that's where I think probably it brings a lot of value for them working with one partner, one trusted partner, rather than working with the multiple suppliers. So we see that today a lot of synergy between the two organizations, the two entities.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I appreciate about Cyient DLM when I heard about this last year is having spoken to quite a few Indian-based EMS now, there is a great desire to do that, to expand, whether it be North America or Europe, right? To get closer to those customers, but still maintain the manufacturing in India. So I think Cyient was quite kind of a pioneer in this movement to begin that trend.
Yeah, I think we have an excellent team there in Altech in Torrington. I think both the teams work very closely and they collaborate each other. And I think it is a very good acquisition for us.
Good. So when you assess your global footprint now, where do you see an opportunity to enhance it?
See, I think now we are looking at today, as I said, we are very strong in aerospace and defense. I think we do a lot of high complex, low volume, low to medium volumes. Okay, so we do that for aerospace and defense, and probably we are one of the best EMS supplier in the aerospace and defense in India. Okay, and we see a lot of value now, a lot of opportunities we are seeing in the local India defense market. Correct. There is a lot of growth in India, and the focus is also right now we are also looking at more of the things doing it in India for India. Yeah. And we have not tapped that market, but in the last 18 months, we have put the team. So their focused team, which is available right now today for the India market, it's not only for the aerospace and defense, and it is also for in the industrial and medical and automotive applications. Industries. So we see those values right now, and we see a tremendous growth in the India business. At the same time, for the global business, we don't see right now any of the challenges except some of these tariff issues which are there. We hope it will be maybe for a few months or so, temporary, and we'll be coming out from this. And we also have a strategy how to help the customers in these critical times where they are probably spending extra money in terms of getting the items done in India. So we are working out with the customers, and we are seeing it as a positive trend right now for us.
Yeah. And that's interesting because that was one of my takeaways from visiting companies in India was that while there's a lot for export currently, the growth domestically within India was mentioned by many as kind of a real growth driver as markets open up, as you say, the Make in India initiatives that go on. So when you look at the overall EMS industry in India, what's your opinion about the potential there?
Yeah, I think, as I said, India is now today the various supportive programs which are available in India, like Make in India, which we call it as Atmanirbhar Bharat, correct? And there are the schemes for a promotion of manufacturing of electronic components and semiconductors. And also there are incentives which are being given by the government for the production-linked incentive schemes. I think these are the things which are today helping for the India to grow. And we also see a lot of opportunities in the emerging technology trends right now. Okay, and everyone talks about AI, right? I think we see those things, and integration of the AI and automation is revolutionizing India EMS sector, with a majority of organizations prioritizing cost reduction through smart systems. And we are almost at the final stages of completion of our Industry 5.0. We are going, and probably if you visit next time to our facility, you'll be seeing a lot of AI-driven tools to optimize our production lines, enhance our quality control via computer visions, and enable predictive maintenance. So I think predictive maintenance is already there, which we have done probably 3 years back. So basically, that is really helping us to minimize the downtime. And while automation, we hope it handles repetitive tasks, freeing human resources and complex problem solving. So I think we are working towards that, and probably you'll be seeing those things shortly by end of this year.
Oh, very good. Tell me, while we're talking, you're talking about automation there. It makes me think of trends, automation being a mega trend in the industry. What about reshoring? What are you seeing in that regards? With everybody's talked about the China +1 and the desire to move away. Are you actually seeing business coming your way as a result of that initiative?
Yeah, so this buzzword is going on since last 4 years, Eric. And we have not seen much of those things in the past. But what we are seeing is there is a change which is happening. The supply chain is trying to move out of the China and trying to identify the various resources, the various sources available outside China. So we are seeing that at least now, but not in the past. There is a lot of efforts are being put in that direction, and probably hope we will be seeing some more opportunities because of the China +1 in the next few quarters.
Okay. And while I'm on kind of trends, let me just ask too, I know that sustainability is a big issue within the industry and also a big focus for Cyient DLM. Maybe comment on what's happening there for Cyient.
I think sustainability is, there's several things in terms of our operations or in terms of our supply chain, and also in terms of running our operations so effectively and ensuring that we are always, I think we also give a lot of importance to the ESG, and the sustainability there that way is in terms of what I can say, carbon neutral, correct? I think we are working towards the carbon neutral by 2030 is where we are planning that we will be having a carbon neutral. A lot of focus in the direction in terms of upstream and downstream of the supply chains, and also in terms of various activities what we do internally, and also in terms of transportations. A lot of efforts are being put right now, and we hope that we'll be seeing that to have the carbon neutral. And also now our Mysore facility is completely run by a solar electricity. So that way I think we are working towards the Hyderabad facility also to ensure that we'll have the solar electricity soon there.
Excellent. So, just kind of to wrap it up here with you, I just want to get, as the CEO of a very kind of a world-class EMS company with unbelievable capabilities, what is your vision for Cyient DLM and how do you view its future?
So I think Cyient DLM, the vision is now we have a strategy which we just coined it as SET, S-E-T. S for strengthening, E for expand, and T for transform. So strengthen where we are today in terms of our current value chain, correct? Wherever we are today, so mine those accounts, strengthen the core in terms of our aerospace and defense, and work towards that. And the BTS is our one of our strong area, because the company name itself is Cyient DLM, which is design-led manufacturing. The DLM stands for, as you said. So make sure that you strengthen your core. Then we see the expand in. I think we have industrial and auto and industrial and medical. There is further a lot of opportunities for us to expand in that. And then an automotive is one area where I said one of the industry which we got our first win in last quarter. And we see a lot of opportunities in the automotive, particularly in the electric vehicle infrastructure, and also the battery management. That's where our focus is going to be, and expand in those areas. And then expand also in terms of inorganic. So which we are also looking to expand inorganically and try to acquire new capabilities in the other geos, which is close proximity to our customers.
Yes.
Then the last one is the transform. So we want to be transformed as a technology player with our own IP and products. That's where I think we are also working towards that. That's what I think our strategy and where our vision to move where we are today, from an EMS, B2S, EMS leader to a technology and a IP provider to our customers.
Yeah. That is an excellent summary of a move forward strategy. I compliment you on that. And I like the acronym and how it kind of complements each other and starts with strengthening your core, right? I think that's such an important first step in any business. So
absolutely. I agree with you. I think strengthening the core is very important. Correct. And that is your core for the organization which has been built in there. So ensure that you strengthen those things and mine those accounts more and bring more value to the customers.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for your time today, Rajendra. I mean, you are Cyient DLM I'd spoken to before, had the opportunity to go meet you in person there. Now I have an opportunity to speak to you now, and I look forward to coming back to India and engaging even further in the future. But it's a very impressive company. I think one of the leading ones in India. And we really appreciate you sharing with us today.
Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you very much. And I would like to take this opportunity to also thank my team and my partners who are my customers. So because of whom we are where we are today. So
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity, Eric.
Yes, sir, indeed. Thank you very much. I hope to connect again in the future.
Thank you. Thank you very much.